In an increasingly interconnected global economy, the impact of major powers like the United States cannot be ignored, especially when it comes to tariffs and trade. As the U.S. revises its tariffs policy, the ripple effects are being felt across continents, including right here in Africa. In this report, Musa Abubakar takes a deep dive into the African perspective, Nigeria's strategic position, and the broader trade dynamics among African blocs.
China in tariffs.
The U.S. tariffs policy, often shaped by political, security, or economic interests, continues to create waves across global markets.
The new tariffs from the United States will create a global shift in how trade is done and also who the players in trade will be.
While much attention is focused on China, Europe, and Latin America, Africa's response and resilience are equally important.
We are seeing that in the last 9 months or thereabout, there have been an upsurge in Nigerian non-oil export, especially to the West African region. With records of transaction in terms of value and volumes that had not been recorded before now.
With the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, aiming to unify a $3.4 trillion market across the continent, African countries are striving to reduce dependence on external markets and create stronger intra-African trade networks.
In all the work we've been doing with the AFCFTA Secretariat and positioning Nigeria technically, we're optimizing AFCFTA to create jobs.
But the U.S. remains a key trade partner, especially for nations like Nigeria. In West Africa, trade blocs like ECOWAS are increasingly seeking alternatives, strengthening ties with China, the EU, and within Africa itself. Similarly, blocs like the East African Community and the Southern African Development Community are rethinking trade priorities in response to U.S. policy changes. For Nigeria, the challenge is double-edged, balancing external trade relations while boosting local productivity, with renewed efforts by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Ministry of Trade to support export-oriented industries. The country is slowly repositioning.
November, working with the CBN on export proceeds, working with NAFDAC on packaging rules and regulations.
So for us as an Export-Import Bank of Nigeria, it is an opportunity for us to find such investments, to bring them into Nigeria for exports into the global market.
As the world navigates shifting trade alliances and power plays, Africa's voice is growing louder. For Nigeria, the goal is clear: leverage regional blocs, strengthen local industries, and remain an influential player on the global trade stage. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.